Damaskos, Executive Vice President of Brand Strategy at National Research Group, and we're here at Cannes Lion at Sport Beach, sponsored by Stagwell. I'm here with Jovana, and we're talking about what we're seeing here at Cannes. So we're halfway through Cannes, and I'm curious, there's a lot of great panels, a lot of interesting conversations. What are some key themes and key trends that you're seeing here that are interesting to you?
I think the core thing and theme this year is AI, generative, creative, data processing, doesn't really matter. One of the things that was spoken about by Google, for instance, is the power of the long-form creative and how we're going towards a time now where you're supposed to create one killer ad and then use AI to kind of generate more versions of it. I think the second biggest theme, which kind of goes hand in hand with what we do at Channel Factory, is D&I, consciousness. Mello just spoke about it on stage. You know, making sure that we as an industry are moving more towards D&I. You have well-being as well, right? Sport Beach, Stagwell, you have Manifestival with Pinterest. So a lot of those things, like media well-being, I guess, in a bigger sense.
Yeah. So on that topic, there's purpose-driven initiatives are kind of a central conversation at Cannes. With increasing focus on action over just pledges, tell me how Channel Factory is doubling down on those efforts.
Sure. So for us, I think it's kind of the core of our DNA as a brand. We work a lot for consciousness, not just from a perspective of media buying, but also from a perspective of kind of partnering with the right partners. From a business partnership standpoint, we just partner with Black Group. We have DigiLearning in the UK, so we're also working on it in a local way. It's very easy to do it globally, but sometimes you need to focus on the local just to make sure that you're taking all of the local perspectives in, because D&I will be very different from country to country. I think another thing that we're doing and is again in the core of our business is we have something called the Conscious Advertising Program. So what that looks at is kind of removing the focus on negativity and filtering and what do we want to exclude and work more towards conscious inclusion. What do we as brands want to include? What is very important for us? How do we kind of take our brand values into our media buys? So we're working with that, and within that initiative, what happens is that basically, and as a result, you have more equitable ad dollars spent. You will have more creators from different assets of life, from different backgrounds, sexual identities, abilities, and they will all just be getting their ad dollars, where this isn't happening today. 73% of all LGBTQIA plus content last year was unmonetized because we're blocking, right? So that's what we're doing, all in all, focusing on working with inclusion and inclusivity and actually giving the industry tools so they can act on it, because we talk a lot about D&I, but how do we actually make it work? That's at the core.
Yeah. And looking ahead to the next 5 years, how do you plan to transform marketing?
I think the next 5 years are going to be very interesting. We have the oldest people in Gen Alpha are then going to be 18. And Gen Alpha is, they are all about belonging. They choose their brands based on belonging. So as an industry, if we don't start transforming and looking into D&I as an action and not just a hashtag, as Mary Keane Dawson calls it, I think the core thing is that we need to transform. We need to work more equitably, more inclusively, to also pave way for this future generation, which will demand it from us. Another thing is, again, conversations are great, but we need tools. So we want to help supply both tools and tech that is needed to generate and be able to work in the D&I space, to fundamentally then also change, and this is a big statement, but change the way we operate as an industry, right? Where D&I is a standard.
That's so inspirational. Thanks to Jovana for an insightful conversation. That's it for now. Make sure to track hashtag SportBeach2023 and check out Stagwell social media to get in the action from the entire week. Thank you.